Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me. This presentation is called Pets in the Therapy Room, an Attachment Perspective on Animal Assisted Therapy by Joyce Orrs. So, an introduction to this article, when it first started, it opened up with the quote, "A pet is an island of sanity in what appears to be an insane world." And I interpreted that as a pet being somebody, something that you can turn to when you're not feeling too well, or you're kind of going through a chaotic moment in life. And so many people view pets as a form of therapy. Animal assisted Animal assisted therapy, also known as AAT, it utilizes the human-animal bond in goal-directed interventions as an integral part of the treatment process. A therapist operates his or her personal practice foundation to facilitate change to a client. So basically, what that means is animals are being used in these therapy sessions for people of all ages to assist in improving therapeutic outcomes. The use of animal-assisted therapies has increased throughout the years, but not much empirical research has been done in the effectiveness of animal-assisted therapy. The attachment theory. So, we're looking in this article about how the attachment theory relates to animal-assisted therapy. So, the attachment theory states that interactions with attachment figures that are available and supportive in the time of need. So in this case, the animals would be the attachment figures that are available in the time of need, and they help to foster a sense of security, self-worth, optimism, emotional regulation, and overall positivity. The attachment theory, again, also in this article, provides an understanding between the role of the client and the pet interactions. So pets can fulfill attachment functions in these key characteristics listed in the previous slide. So those key characteristics were, again, a sense of security, self-worth, optimism, emotional regulation, and overall positivity. Pet owners have stated that their pets have provided them with a safe haven and helped them feel supported and comforted by their pets. Attachment-based strategies for animal-assisted therapies. So, the article stated that avoidant individuals, which are individuals that tend to have extreme self-reliance and keep their feelings and worries to themselves. Animal-assisted therapies help by having the client feel more in control by approaching the pet. So that interaction helps result in comforting the client and helps let their guard down. They feel in control because they're able to approach the pet, but their guard is let down once they're able to pet the animal, and kind of brings a calm. Gradually, an emotional connection can be formed, helping the client to feel more comfortable in the therapy sessions. So as time goes on, whether in the one therapy session or over time, by having that animal there, those avoidant tendencies might disappear because it helps that person feel more comfortable. Another attachment-based strategy for animal-assisted therapies is for the anxious individuals. These are clients who are constantly feeling unprotected and have an overdependence on relationships. They can demand a lot of attention and or care, and basically want a feeling of being secure. By having a pet in the therapy room, the client knows that the pet is waiting for them. They're anticipating that the pet's going to be there, and upon the client's arrival, and so they appreciate that. They appreciate that they're going to be loved when they walk through the door. For example, when a client walks through a therapy room and the pet were to lick them, it's something that's anticipated, and that also provides a source of stability, predictability, and that sense of security that anxious individuals might be experiencing. It helps to calm their nerves. So without animal-assisted therapy, in many cases, therapists have trouble with clients opening up during sessions. So by having pets there, it is that extra, like I said, gives that extra sense of security and helps a client feel more uninhibited during sessions so that they're able to open up about things that they wouldn't normally do if the animal wasn't present. So this is why we are looking at animal-assisted therapy. Animal-assisted therapy can work as an icebreaker during many sessions. So especially when you don't really know where to start with your client and you want to make sure that they open up, by having that pet there, it serves as a great way to break the ice and help make them feel comfortable to open up to you. Animal-assisted therapy with children. A therapist can ask a child questions through the pet's perspective. So this is another way of getting a child to potentially open up. And as school psychologists, we're going to be working a lot with children. So just a way to think of it in that aspect. So for example, Lassie wants to know, and then you can ask what Lassie might want to know. And this can give the child a chance to kind of use their imagination and or Lassie had a dream last night. What do you suppose her dream is about? And it helps them to use their creativity to open up and maybe kind of bring out some feelings that we didn't know were there. So if the child responds, well, I don't think Lassie likes me, or I don't like when people get close to me like Lassie does. These are statements that can show anxiety or avoidance. And if the child in the therapy session does respond in that way, you would know how to direct your conversation and basically how to better assist that child. Animal-assisted therapies with children again. Ask your clients about the relationships they have at home with their pets. This can actually give you some clues in regard to their attachment issues at home. So if you don't even have a pet in the therapy session with you, this is another way to kind of use pets in your session. By getting some background information, it could help decide what therapy is better used for this child, and if having a pet in the therapy session is something that the child may benefit from. So during difficult sessions, pets can help the client feel more comfortable while reflecting on painful experiences. The mere presence of the therapy pet can help the client relax during stressful moments. The relationship with the therapy pet helps the client work through situations like loss or separation or grief. And then the pet is able to show signs of comfort that a therapist might not be able to show or consider. Like I said, licking of a child, you wouldn't want to do that, but it is definitely acceptable in some cases for an animal to lick a child. So those are some things that, pets can help during therapy sessions, especially very tough talks. It helps them get through those tough moments. So overall, this article addressed animal-assisted therapy as it referred to the attachment theory. It stated that by having a pet present during sessions, it could help with individuals who have trouble with anxiety. It can help with individuals who are more avoidant, and it might not even help at all. So it's good to kind of use those beginning engagers to kind of see if a pet would be useful in your therapy sessions. There are probably other underlying mechanisms that relate animal-assisted therapy and the attachment theory that were not discussed. Like the article said, there's not a lot of research on this, so if you're interested in learning more or want to do some studies, this is an opportunity to potentially do some. And then I just want you to reflect at this point and just, do you think that, have you ever owned a pet? And if you did, does your pet make you feel better or make you feel worse? Or does your pet provide you with comfort and positivity in your life? Do you think that you might utilize a pet in your therapy sessions in the future? So some things to think about after reading this article. And I hope you all have a great day. Thank you all for listening. Bye-bye.